What's up, YouTube? It's Onion Bomb here on Ascent Sports, and welcome back to my NFL game predictions. Today we'll be doing week 5 of the 2019 season, but first let's recap week 4 and see how me and the Bull did. And as you can see, not too well, especially for me, not too well. I literally had 3 consecutive weeks with 11 predictions correct. And this week I only went 7. I went 7 and 8. I actually had a negative record. The Bull had the opposite of me, 8 and 7. So the Bulls was positive by 1. But it's still nothing too good, but better than mine. Which actually looked like I was farther ahead than I really was. Now at 40, 22, and 1, and the Bull is at 34 and 28 and 1. Of course, I probably should stop saying the and 1 because you guys get the point. But yeah, the Bull's actually in the positives now a little bit. And I mean, I'm far from the negatives, but Bull's only 6 predictions correct away from me. So yeah, a little bit more detail with the victories here. The Eagles beat the Packers. I got that wrong, and that makes me 0-4 so far predicting Thursday night football games. Giants beat the Redskins. Got that right. Bull got that right. Oh, so I got Eagles and Packers. Eagles beating the Packers. Bull got that right. I got that wrong. Me and the Bull both got that right. That the Giants beat the Redskins. Chiefs beat the Lions. We both got that right. Titans beat the Falcons. We both got that wrong. Browns beat the Ravens. I got that wrong, but the Bull got that right. Raiders beat the Colts. We both got that wrong. Patriots beat the Bills. We both got that right. Panthers beat the Texans. We both got that wrong. Chargers beat the Dolphins. I got that right. Bull got that wrong. Buccaneers beat the Rams. That was a surprising one for me. I got that wrong, but Bull got that one right. That was one of the picks I think I picked on the Bull for. Seahawks beat the Cardinals. I got that right. Bull got that wrong. Bears beat the Vikings. I got that wrong, and so did the Bull. Jaguars beat the Broncos. Me and the Bull both got that right. The Saints beat the Cowboys. Me and the Bull both got that wrong. And the Steelers beat the Bengals. Me and the Bull both got that right. So, without further ado, let's get back into predicting new games. See how we can do week 5. I am looking to really bounce back. Alright, first up with the Thursday night football, we got the Rams at the Seahawks. And I think I'm going to take the Rams. The Rams didn't look too good against the Buccaneers, even though they did end up dropping 40. Seahawks beat the Ravens. Sorry, not the Ravens. Wrong bird. The Cardinals. So I'm having this gut feeling about the Rams. Like, I feel like they're gonna beat the Seahawks. Because after coming off a bad game and a bad loss, I feel like they're gonna bounce back. I'm not really seeing double losses here, so that's kind of my reasoning. I do believe they're the overall better team too. I know Seattle's home field advantage can be something to take in factor, but it really it didn't so far this year, so might not this year. Bulls can actually agree with me and say that the Rams are going to beat the Seahawks. Once again, I'm so far 0-4 when it comes to predicting Thursday night football. Hopefully that pick will turn that around. Next up we have the Jets at the Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles. Honestly, simple enough. The Eagles are the better team. Jets, they've been, even with Sam Darnold, I think the Eagles would be winning this, and the Eagles are a better team. But, they still have Luke Falk, third string. Yeah, Bull's going to agree with me there. So, yeah, that's pretty much easy pick. Eagles over the Jets. Just adding more power to pick for the Eagles. They have home field advantage too. Alright, next up we have the Jaguars and the Panthers. And this one was a bit tough for me, honestly. Jaguars have been looking alright, decent. Panthers, they don't have Cam Newton, at least I don't think. I think, Cam Newton's kind of hurt. They're going with Kyle Allen. Christian McCaffrey has been eating, though, and that's kind of making me think why I'm going with the Panthers here. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to have a game, and everyone, I hope he does because he's on one of my fantasy teams too. But that's not really the reason. I feel like this is going to be a game the Jaguars lose. I know Gardner Minshew has been really good so far. But I think he's going to lose this one here. And the Bulls are actually going to agree with me, so nothing too interesting so far. Me and the Bulls are pretty much agreeing. But yeah, I think the Panthers are going to get this one. However, this one is one of those that are kind of up in the air. So, yeah, it could go either way. Alright, next up we have the Vikings at the Giants, and this one's pretty easy. I got the Vikings. Giants, yes, they beat Redskins, and yes, they beat the Buccaneers, but even though the Buccaneers did go on to beat the Rams and drop 50 points on the Rams, I still don't think they're going to beat a team like the Vikings. Even though the Vikings have been struggling with passing, defense is still pretty good, and Dalvin Cook has been really running this season. So I think that's going to be enough. They still don't have Saquon, I don't think. So yeah, I'm going with the Vikings. Bulls going to agree with me again. And yeah, honestly, Giants, possible upset here, but I think the Vikings are the better team and will get the win. Alright, next up we have the Falcons at the Texans. Falcons losing to the Titans last week. Texans, forget what they did. Oh, they lost to the Panthers. Okay, that was a bad loss for them. So both these teams are looking for a bounce back here. I got the Texans doing it. I think they're the better team, and I think I think they're gonna bounce back. Falcons aren't like the same on the road, even though they were at home and they lost to the Titans. So I think the Texans aren't going to get upset here. I think they're going to win. Even though they're both pretty good teams, I do think the Texans are going to be slightly better, and I think they're going to win. However, the Bulls going to disagree with me here and say the Falcons are going to beat the Texans. And honestly, it's more up in the air than I'm probably making out to be, but I'm going with the Texans. I have more faith in them to win this, but the Falcons could too. Alright, next up we have the Buccaneers at the Saints. And I'm going with the Saints. Teddy Bridgewater didn't look too good at first. After Drew Brees got hurt. But he's been stepping up recently. And, he's been able to play. And he can hold off here. I think they're going to beat the Buccaneers. I don't think the Buccaneers are going to live up to the hype that they just built for themselves after they beat the Rams. I think that was maybe a possible fluke on the Rams and kind of them more so being bad than the Buccaneers being good. Even don't get me wrong, the Buccaneers were still good that game. But Rams did make some mistakes, I believe. So I think the Saints are going to win this. I definitely think they're the better team with or without Drew Brees. But it could go either way. But I really think the Saints are going to get this one. However, Bulls going to disagree with me and is going to say the Buccaneers are going to beat the Saints. It's buying into the hype. It's saying if the Buccaneers can beat the Rams, and it can beat the Saints, which could possibly be true. We'll just have to wait and see about that one. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm interested in the outcome of that one, so we'll have to see. Alright, next up we have the Bills at the Titans, and this one was hard for me because I wanted to say Bills, definitely, but I realized the whole concussion thing with Josh Allen, so I don't know if he's going to play or not. I don't think he is the things I'm looking at, but I'm still going with the Bills. The reason I'm still going with the Bills is that Bills defense is pretty good, and I feel like the Tennessee Titans are gonna struggle against it, and I feel like this is gonna be a really low scoring game. This is gonna be a really low scoring game, and it's gonna like really come down to it. Like honestly, this might be a like a 9-3 game. It really could come down to field goals. I don't see too much. Unless, if Josh Allen does come back and play, maybe. But I really don't know who's the backup for Bills, which is probably not the best sign. But, yeah, Bulls can agree with me. Take the Bills to win this. If the Titans play like they did against the Falcons, I think they could definitely beat the Bills. But I'm just having a feeling that they won't, and I'm kind of predicting them not to. So that's why I'm going with the Bills. We'll see about that one. Maybe I'm making the wrong call. Maybe I should switch it up because Josh Allen is hurt, but I'm sticking with the Bills. Alright, next up we have the Cardinals at the Bengals. Ooh, this is a tank bowl if I ever saw one. This is not not really good teams. Geez, I know I was getting frustrated with the Steelers. I thought they weren't looking too good, and they demolished them on Monday Night Football. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are finally gonna get their first win here. They've been, itching for a win. They played the Ravens close. They played another team close. They've been getting some points on the board. I'm going with the Cardinals here. However, the Bulls can disagree with me and say the Bengals get their first win. So this one's it's a toss up. Not a good toss up. It's a bad toss up because they're both bad. You don't know who's gonna show up. I'm gonna say Kyler Murray's gonna go off and do really, really good against the Bengals, but maybe he won't. Maybe the Bengals step up and win. We'll have to see. Alright, next up we have the Patriots at the Redskins. Very easy pick. Redskins have no wins yet. I'm going with the Patriots. Patriots are definitely getting this win. No really, don't need to really spend too much time explaining that. Bulls agreeing with me. Patriots are going to win. Yeah. Patriots are going to win. I'd be very, very shocked if the Patriots lose to the Redskins. Like, extremely shocked. Alright, next up, we have my team's game. We have the Ravens at the Steelers. And yes, the Steelers finally got a win against the Bengals. Thank goodness. Very happy. But can they do it against the Ravens? The Ravens just lost to the Browns. I initially want to take the Ravens. But I'm going to have faith in my team. I'm going to believe. And I'm going to go Yinzer mode. I'm going to go out my comfort zone again for a pick that I actually want to make. I'm going with the Steelers to beat the Ravens. I'm giving the Ravens back-to-back losses. Yes, I really try to keep bias out of it. This isn't really bias. This is me kind of picking an upset, but just it benefiting my team and kind of being, having faith. I don't think it's impossible for the Steelers to win the Ravens. I really don't. If Lamar balls, yeah, that's hard. If the Ravens are full force, then the Ravens are not losing. But if Lamar, has trouble throwing the ball, or if the defense kind of tweaks like last game, I think the Steelers could really do it. The Steelers defense has been looking good, actually. I can't believe I'm saying that. But the Steelers defense has been looking really good. So yeah, I'm taking the Steelers. The Bulls actually going to agree with me. I was actually kind of hoping the Bulls going to take the Ravens because that's kind of, this is a game that's kind of like could go either way. Or actually the Ravens are more the favorites probably. So yeah, Bulls going to agree with me and say the Steelers win. And before people call me biased, I actually have to admit I'm not comfortable with this pick. I'm not comfortable with this pick at all. But I wasn't entirely comfortable with the Lions pick. I picked the Lions over the Eagles, and the Eagles lost to the Lions. So interesting. We will can't wait to see that. Hopefully, the Steelers win. All right. Next up, we have the Bears at the Raiders. Khalil Mack seeing his former team, I believe, for the first time. I'm picking the Bears. Better defense, better team in general. Yeah, I just don't think the Raiders have what it takes to beat the Bears. They surprised me against the Colts, but I don't think they're gonna surprise me against the Bears. Bull's gonna agree, say the Bears are gonna beat the Raiders. I think this is definitely gonna be one of those games that the Bear team's gonna win. Even though I said that last week a couple of times, I think, and I went 7-8. So yeah, you really never know. All right, next up we have the Broncos at the Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers. Broncos have just not looked that good at all, really. At least I didn't think so. Chargers, had some tweakage, had some tweak games. At least they tweaked to the Lions, but they didn't really tweak to the Texans because the Texans are a good team and that's an understandable loss. But they could have won that and didn't. But I'm taking the Chargers. I think they are gonna have what it takes to beat the Broncos, and the Bulls gonna disagree with me actually and say the Broncos are gonna upset the Chargers. That would be interesting. I don't think that's gonna happen, but we will see. I just think the Chargers are still a pretty good team, and the Broncos are a not so good team, so I think the Chargers are going to win. Alright, next up we have the Packers at the Cowboys. This one's interesting. Packers defense was kind of disappointing Thursday night. Cowboys, though, didn't do too spectacular either. Both teams are looking for the bounce back. I'm going with the Packers. I think the Packers are going to do the bounce back here. I think they're going to win this game. Opposite to the Bills-Titans game, I think this is going to be a rather high-scoring one. And the Cowboys' offense is going to go off, and, everyone's going to be offense, But in the end, I think the Packers are going to come out on top. And the Bull is going to pick the Cowboys to win. And that's a pretty good one to go against me on because this one's up in the air, really. Cowboys are probably the better team, but I think the Packers can win this. So, yeah, this is definitely one to look out for to see who's going to win here and who isn't. Alright. Next up for Sunday Night Football, we have the Colts at the Chiefs. And this is going to be a pretty good game, I think. Even though I thought this could be probably better if Andrew Luck didn't retire, I think this is still going to be a pretty good game. However, I'm going with the Chiefs. I think they're going to win this. I think they're the better team. Plus, it's at Arrowhead, one of the hardest places to play. So, yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to win this one. And the Bulls going to take the Colts. Okay, interesting pick. Interesting. Jacoby Brissett and, Marlon Mack, the Colts in general, they just have to really ball. They really got a ball out here. So, maybe... But, yeah, I think that could have been more possible if Andrew Luck was there. I'm not really trying to keep bringing that up, but this was just a key matchup that I thought of even in the off season. And it just, it was a playoff rematch, and Andrew Luck was in that playoff game. So, yeah, that's just kind of my reason why I keep saying it. So, sorry if I'm, tugging at the wrong strings here if you're a Colts fan. But that's just my reasoning. But I do believe the Chiefs are going to win this game. Alright, next up, Monday Night Football. We have the Browns at the 49ers. Interesting matchup. 49ers are actually coming off a bye week. The Browns are coming off a surprising victory against the Ravens. Last time the 49ers played, I don't think they looked too good against the Steelers. They did get the win, but they really shouldn't have, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm not just, a salty Steelers fan, but they really shouldn't have got that win. Like, if the offensive Steelers were so bad, they really, they turned the ball over 5 times, and, teams normally take care of that. Like, they usually cash that in for points, but the Steelers didn't. They only cashed in for 6. So I think the 49ers really got lucky there. So they have a little bit of bouncing back to, even though they're 3-0. However, I think the 49ers are going to get this. I don't think the Browns are going to beat the 49ers. I have more faith in the 49ers to win this. However, the Bulls going to go with the Browns. The Bulls going to sell on the Browns, say they're going to ride the momentum of this Ravens win and beat the 49ers. This one's a toss-up, honestly. Both of these teams are decent wild card teams. So, at least that's my opinion on them. So, yeah, this is a decent matchup, and this could have some, these teams could be in the playoffs. We will have to see. And the Lions and the Dolphins are on their bye weeks. Hopefully the Dolphins, relax, because I don't think it's going to get any better. Honestly, to me, they're looking like 0-16, and to a lot of people. I originally thought, once the Patriots had AB, I think the Patriots are going to go 16-0, and the Dolphins are going to go 0-16, because, man, the Patriots with AB, I'm not going to lie, that was scary, man. That was scary. But now they don't have AB, which I agree with. But Patriots are still good, don't get me wrong, but I do believe they're going to get at least one loss here sometime. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do believe they're going to lose something here. Alright, let's recap here, shall we? We got the Rams at the Seahawks. I have the Rams. Bull has the Rams. The Jets at the Eagles. I have the Eagles. Bull has the Eagles. The Jaguars at the Panthers. I have the Panthers. Bull has the Panthers. The Vikings at the Giants. I have the Vikings. Bull has the Vikings. The Falcons at the Texans. I have the Texans. Bull has the Falcons. The Buccaneers at the Saints. I have the Saints. Bull has the Buccaneers. The Bills at the Titans. I have the Bills. Bull has the Bills. The Cardinals at the Bengals. I have the Cardinals. Bull has the Bengals. The Patriots at the Redskins. I have the Patriots. Bull has the Patriots. The Ravens at the Steelers. I have the Steelers. Bull has the Steelers. The Bears at the Raiders. I have the Bears. Bull has the Bears. The Broncos at the Chargers. I have the Chargers. Bull has the Broncos. The Packers at the Cowboys. I have the Packers. Bull has the Cowboys. The Colts at the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs. Bull has the Colts. And the Browns at the 49ers. I have the 49ers, but the Bull has the Browns. So, that is our picks for the week 4. Got some good disagreements there. Got some agreements too. Some not so good matchups though. So understandably, but yeah. So we will see how we do next week. If you want to see how we do next week, make sure you watch the week 6 prediction video like we did with week 4 this week. We'll look back and see how we did on the week 5 record wise and see how that affects our overall record, and then we'll move in and predict the week 6 games. But for now, that's gonna do it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or unsubscribe. Now it's always up to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video you watch of me. Goodbye.